Venom 2 should have been with us just about a month ago. Now, much like every other delayed film, we've already seen merchandise in relation to films release way ahead of the film's new release date, because that's just how the supply chain works. And brand new merchandise for Venom 2 is hinting at a MCU and Spider-Man connection. So when it comes to merchandise and when it comes to the Sony properties, more or less everything that comes out based on Sony's Spider-Man films still has to go through Disney and be approved. This is why we always saw so little merchandise based on Sony and Fox films. Now yes, they would produce some merchandise and put it out there. Mainly some of the non-action figure variety is always what they focused on, so it's always interesting to see when things like this get out there. Now Venom 2 should have had its release in early October, and we should have seen some merchandise that lines up with that. Now the most notable ones that we know that they also produced for other things were costumes. This is what brings us to brand new Venom 2 costumes that have been discovered online. Now these listings were there previously, but they never had the images to associate with them up until sometime in the last 36-ish hours it's been discovered. But the Party City Amazon versions of the costume are clearly labeled Venom 2, and the Venom version features the Spider-Man logo, which has been rumored to appear in the film. Now, much like the original Venom costume, which they did produce based on the movie, this is just, I would say the same one. Like, it looks identical with the new logo right in the center. And yes, I did verify with some people that this is a brand new listing of the costume. This isn't just the old one reused, and this is, in fact, labeled Venom 2. Now, this comes on the heels of Kevin Feige and Sony having that fallout last year, and then even heavy rumors suggesting that Tom Holland did show up to some of the reshoots for Venom 2 to do his part, and that a deal has been made to integrate Morbius and Venom into the MCU, which we can't see in the Morbius trailer, so that sort of makes sense. So it's really interesting to see this because of the heavy rumors of everything we've heard so far, and it will be more of a interesting factor to see how they handle this going forward, and if they're going to address any of this in the upcoming third Spider-Man film, or Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, or specifically when we get to Morbius. How does that film connect to anything, since that's our first look into Sony making their way into the MCU with a film of their own? So I guess now we just wait and see, and hopefully more merchandise hits or leaks. But it's definitely an interesting thing to note that this is a real thing and a real listing, and he does now have the logo.